Welcome to Trading Lounge and the daily US stocks for Friday, August 26, and starting with the NASDAQ here on the daily chart. Our pathway has been that we've got wave A here, and then we're looking for an A and a B and a C wave here for wave B, and then going up for wave C of B, and then coming down having the other leg here, because this leg's quite big basically, isn't it? And this leg here to offset that, to rebalance that, is a little bit small, so it'd just be natural to think that a larger leg would be, you know, on the cards. It is possible though that we can count this up as an A and a B and a C wave here, and then that B wave comes over to here and we come straight down from that point, so we'll keep an eye on that. There's also the point that the market's in a bullish run, because we can look at this here as an ABC pattern down here and be completed, and we could just continue to the upside. So we need to be mindful of that, and the way that that counts would be wave 1 here, 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave here, and the fourth wave here, and then going up for the fifth wave. Now from this low here, the move down through here, I can count it as 5 waves. But I feel like I'm sort of jamming it up a little bit, sort of, you know, pushing it to be 5 waves. It's in a lot of cases it can also be viewed as an ABC pattern. So there is a case for the market to go straight up here. So if that was a fourth wave here, the fourth wave could go straight up from here. It could be an ABC pattern and come back to the A wave and then go up again from that point. So even as a fourth wave, we could have an ABC pattern here and then go up again from that point. So I need to keep a bit of an eye on that as well. This is the 38.2% retracement level area through here. And yeah, the bullish count would look like this. I think we looked at it yesterday, but just in case. So wave 1 here, 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then going up for 5 here. So it looks quite impulsive, this, but you can see a nice wave 1 and 2 in here, but the wave 3 and 4 is a bit sort of iffy. So it's possible to look at this as an A and a B and a C wave here, and then just continue all the way up here for wave 5, and that would make wave 1 or wave A, and then back for wave 2 or B. So the other thing is that we could look at it as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here, and then still go up from that point. So we need to be mindful of these things. Now, one of the things that we need to look for today, being Friday, is Friday really sets the tone for next week. So from what I can see in the markets today is that there is further upside to be had in most markets. So this trend here is not quite finished yet. Some markets are leading, some are following. The point being though, if Friday closes firmly close to its high, then it's likely Monday will follow through on that. If somewhere in the Friday, you know, late morning session turns and comes down and Friday closes weaker, then we know that this B wave is in place and we're coming down in this in this move here, right? And we'll need to be on the short side. So the way to sort of handle all of this is that you can only really go short if you see a fair bit of weakness in the market on the Friday. And what you really want to do is that weakness, you want to see it actually come down and see if you can count 5 waves on a 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart or whatever, and then allow it to bounce back up and then look to short it at that point, you know, just to make sure that you've got it right at that point. Because when you get to this point, it still might be an ABC and can go up at that point, but at least you can have a small loss or break even or do something of that nature, you know. So really, it's kind of about, to a point, that how Friday closes, either you know, in the afternoon. Is it going to be firm? Because then you'll need to go with that, because Monday will also follow through on that. The other point here too, just bringing in what we've been looking at for the bullish count, is the S&P low volatility stock. So we've looked at this here as an A and a B and a C wave here. So we know it's corrective. We know the market can just keep going up here. You know, that's possible. It could be an A wave here in 3 waves. It could be 3 waves here and then 5 waves over here. I mean, it could be a triangle going all the way across here too. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then up. So there's a lot of things that can occur. But we've been tracking this here, and I'll just go to the 30-minute chart. And with this 30-minute chart, that's the low there. So we've got 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 here. I know it looks a little bit messy, but I have pulled it apart in detail. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the 3rd wave, a 4th wave, a 5th wave. That 5th wave will just be for the 3rd wave, and then we've got the 4th wave here, then the 5th wave here. So sure, that could be the top of the market as an A and a B and a C wave here as well. But what I'm pointing out here is just that this market looks quite bullish, you know, and if it gets close to the top up here, we know double tops are never the end of the trend. That's Gann's sentiment on that. Well, he would say the a double top is not the end of a bull campaign. So and it's good to know that about double tops, you know. Okay, so there's that bullish case, and also just why we're here as well, this move up through the low here, we've been tracking it on the S&P in a bit of detail. So from this low here, in some of these markets that we look at can be counted in 5 waves to the upside as such, and this one here sort of counts a little bit better as an ABC for the A wave, and then a B wave and a C wave for the A wave. Because we're looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here. But I think also this B wave that I've got here, just by the by, did I grab that? Yeah. Can also go here because this looks rather impulsive here. So I've just got it here conservatively as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish off here, to finish that C wave off. But that could happen through the Asian session, you know. So it's possible to also look at this as wave 1 here, and back for wave 2 here, and then 3 here, and then 4 here, and then 5 here. We'll talk more about that in the video, but our job was to trade from 41.51 basically to the 42 here. I've moved the stop to this point. As I mentioned, going from here, from A to B, we're going to have, you know, volatility in the middle of it. You may have survived that, you may not have survived that, but that was the idea, to trade less in this particular trend until we get to the top here. So anyway, we'll just put that to the side. I just wanted to get that out early because this video takes a while. And yeah, we don't need to go there anymore, so we're going to start with the stock. So with Apple here, so we've got to remember that a lot of these markets, we can look at them with wave 4s in here. So this is why Friday closing is going to be very important, okay? But for the meantime, we don't have to worry about 4. We would have to get a tested support on top of the 61.8%. So in this case, before we could turn bullish, we would need to get a, you know, tested support with a classic trading levels pattern sitting on that 172 there. It would need to be strong, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and so on, sitting here. So we're a fair way away from that at the moment. This move up through here can also be counted as wave 1 here and 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd wave, 4th wave, and the 5th wave here. So it's possible this also needs to have a little 5-wave structure to come into play here as well to finish that off. But then to me that looks like we've got like 5 waves here, so maybe I need to put the A wave over here and the B wave here, or are we looking at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 here? So this is kind of there's other markets that look like it's 5 waves up as well. Some of them look a little bit corrective, like the S&P. But otherwise, if I have to count this, I have to put the A wave here for the time being and the B wave here, and we have to wait for this 5 waves to finish off at this point. Okay, so you can still move higher if you're long here. Moving along quickly now to Nvidia. So Nvidia had a bit of a spike down, which is I mean, I hope it didn't catch anybody out, but I kind of appreciated that because it made this move down here finish off in a nicer 5 waves. And now we can look at this as an A and a B and a C wave here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moving up here a little bit further. Let's see if we get a classic trading levels pattern on 8. And like I said, where Friday closes is really important, if it closes firmly or not. Amazon. So we tracked 5 waves down here, kind of jamming the 5th wave up and the 4th wave up a little bit, but that all panned out okay. And once again, I can count this, it's hard to, this here looks like it's in 3 waves, so it's a little bit, I'm not sure if this is right to put the A wave here and the B wave here. It could go here and here. But I can still see we've got 5 waves to go here. So if you're long, getting up to the 138, covering the gap over here, then the market will take a rest at that point. So that's where we can trade to. So we just got to see what we get here. If we get a classic trading levels pattern here, maybe we can go high, but the 140 is a bit more important, around the 50-60% retracement level area at that point. So that will be more important to have. If that turns support, well, then we'll turn bullish at that point. But yeah, once again, it's all about how Friday closes. But for the meantime, the idea for us to trade up from A to B with the smaller position sizes and get as close as we can to the box, that was the idea. But because you understand the trading levels, that 138, you'll start to see profit taking coming in there. Yes, it will go higher, and it may reach the 140, but yeah. So if I'm normally trading up here, I would take because it's, if it was, when we talk about 8, if it was 8 by itself, like $8 or 80 or 800 or something like that, then I'll take all the money off. But because it's 138, I would take a percentage here and try to get a little bit higher up, but also to try to stay within the current wave structure here. So you can see that we've got wave 1 and 2 here, nice 3rd wave going up. So it's not, it's going to sort of hang around here. So you might get a classic trading levels pattern, be able to get back in and go up. Meta platform, so we're looking at that moving up as well. Once again, I could label this, but it still looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to me. It looks like an impulse wave here. So yeah, but I can tell you it's still going to go higher, right? We're going to get close up to here. Still got 1, 2 in here and so on, so it's still going to go higher. I could label this any way I wanted to, so it's not really going to help. But if you can get to the 170, because I think we talked about going long above here, or there's a line here, must have been talking about it. So if you can get to the 170, that's fantastic. And maybe even just use a trailing stop out of that. A trailing stop on all of these would be the best thing, unless you're hitting a big number. Netflix here, so as you know, we're looking down at 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty nice countdown here actually, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for 3rd, 4th and 5th wave here. You could probably do that slightly differently, but I think I'm okay with all of that. Then I've got the A wave, the B wave, the C wave. We could look at this as wave 4 too and just continue up as well. In that bullish count, we've still got the stochastics ticking over here. We'll see if that flatlines or not. But yesterday when we talked, or the last 2 days, we were looking for this to move up into wave B and then down into wave C. So yeah, so an A wave, a B wave and a C wave up here. We're going to short the B wave if we can across all of these markets, but it just depends on where Friday closes. If Friday closes weaker, then we can look at that sort of thing, It's been a little bit lazy, so the A wave, the B wave, we're still going to get up here a bit further. It may cover the gap, may not, but we should see a move up here. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm not quite sure why this stock has dived as deeply as it has, a bit like sort of meta platforms really, but I just can't see Netflix competing with YouTube. Just doesn't make sense. Netflix needs to spend millions of dollars on content where folks watch YouTube for for free, you know, and YouTube gets content for free. So anyway, maybe that's why the price has dropped, I'm not sure. Now Tesla did that 3-for-1 split, so I haven't had time this morning to redo everything, so I'm not going to. I'll do that over the weekend or something, so I'll just leave that for today. Alphabet here, we counted down as 1, 2, on this is on 100 ticks, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I had to sort of jam all this up, but it seemed to be right. So we got a bit lucky there, I guess. But once again, this can be counted as 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just for the A wave, you know what I mean? And then come back for a B wave here, and then go up for a C wave. So it could be like that, or I might just have to put this here as the ABC for the A wave and then the B wave. But the B wave is really simple. It doesn't look like a B wave. It looks more like a wave 4. So maybe I could go this way. There's so many options with this. It just sort of a bit difficult to get a head around it. Now that's not going to work because that, I mean, wave 3 here, if that's going to be wave 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly then wave 5 needs to be short. I'm not quite sure how to label this, to be honest. So this is why I say that the best thing to do is that we can see the market needs to go up. It could certainly go further, but let's see how Friday closes first, you know. That's the thing. I mean, this might just have here what we can be assured of as 1 and 2 and 3 in here somewhere, 4 and 5. So anything past that I can't be assured with at this point, you know. So it just depends on how you want to count that. So I mean, we've basically been counting with the A wave here and the C wave here, but I just don't know if that's right. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm sort of guessing a little bit, but that would be my best guess at this point. So yeah, just see if how Friday closes. And Microsoft, I won't go to the intraday. It hasn't really, I mean, it's, you know, we've seen it slow down and we knew it was going to bounce back and all the rest of it, but it hasn't really moved up. So they're funny ones like this too, because when they're basically, you know, it's following at the moment, you know, but they catch up, you know, that's it. So in the next session, this might, you're not looking at it because it hasn't moved, you know, but it needs to catch up, you know, so it will probably catch up. Yeah, so that's that. Berkshire Hathaway here, so it's moved along quite nicely. This move here can be counted as 5 waves. I had a bit of a look at that, so it still needs to show me a B wave here, but I wouldn't go long on this either until I had a classic trading levels pattern on top of the 300 here. And in a way, this is the arrival. This is a classic trading levels pattern happening here. It may not pan out as a setup, but we've got the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and now we're looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, and then we're going to look to move up at that point. If I got a smaller classic trading levels pattern on top of the B wave here, then I would need to look to go long at that point. I mean, this can count quite nicely as an impulse wave to the upside. Let's just check on the, I mean, this is one of the low volatility stocks, you know. So let's just see how that, when I showed you the S&P low volatility, so this will be one of the contenders. So anyway, there's 61.8%, there's the 300, there's the Elliott count, there's a lot for it to stop and have a rest there for, you know. So let's just see how that sort of goes. Yeah, we'll try and trade the C wave down with all of these markets, but yeah, we just need that weaker Friday afternoon session. Then you can start looking for the short trades. So if there's no Friday week afternoon session, then you can't short. So be very careful about that. Block here, I just sort of tied it in with the rest of the counts, looking at this down here, counting it down as wave A here, and looking for it to move off. And we've, you know, it's sort of doing a good job. I mean, you know, all those other stocks had to come down for the A wave, where this started a long time ago, so we had to go through 3, 4 and 5 here. It hasn't really moved off here, but it should continue in its little journey, so we'll just watch it. It's probably wave 1 here and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here for this. Now I also put, because I've got it as a B wave, but I was thinking it might be able to be better as a wave 4 here as well, as long as it doesn't go too high. So 1, 2, 3, we'll put 3 here, 4 here, and 5 here. I mean, it's basically the pathway we're looking for anyway. We'll just see how high it goes. But in the meantime, just look at this as 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, you know, building for a third wave up, a fourth wave, and a fifth wave. Now that's going to take all Friday, isn't it? So we might not get our short until, you know, next week. I don't know, till Monday, Tuesday maybe. Anyway, we'll just keep working with it. You know, the market's the boss. We have to do what we're told. And once again here as well, with over to the banks, but with BCA here, you know, this counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we've got an impulse wave here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could count this as 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then going up for 5, and put this over here. So I'm not quite sure the best way to count this one either just yet. It's highly likely that it's I mean, you know, if that's the high here, then we could put this as the A, the B, and the C here, and we're finished here. We're done and dusted at that point. And this is down for 1, back for 2, down for 1, back for 2, and heading down. I don't think that's the case, but I mean, it's possible there's an A and a B and a C. We're reasonably close, but look, it's found support on top of number 5, the second strongest number, 35. Not 30, but 5. And there's still a bit of a gap here, not that that means a lot. We know the rest of the market's going to go up, so it should sort of push up here further. But I just don't know the best way to count this at the moment. I mean, the normal thing has been putting wave A here and B here, but I can see, you know, this makes a nice third wave here, you know, and this all scrunched up here as butt ugly makes a nice fourth wave, and this makes a nice wave 2. It's simple and it's sharp and it's done its job and it's deep and, you know, give you a hard time, and, you know, it's swift and all of those sort of things. So, you know, we could end up with 5 waves up here. Anyway, we'll keep working at it. Yeah, maybe the B wave gets big and ugly. Maybe we put wave A over here and wave C ends up at a, you know, gives us a hard time at some sort of 78.6 thing or something. We end up sort of going like this, you know, and a B wave here coming down, and then a C wave up here struggling, and then we go down, you know. I don't know. I just got to keep working on it. The thing is when these patterns start, it's always a bit of a guessing game. Not always, but most of the time it's a bit of a guessing game, and then you just got to chill and allow the pattern to unfold, and it gets to a certain point and you go, oh yeah, it can only be that. So then you pick up the golden thread, and then you get back on the horse and ride off into the sunset with a bag of money, you know. So once again here, this is really quite bullish here, isn't it? I mean, even if, let's just say that this is 1, 2, 3 here and 4 and 5 up here. If we do get 5 waves up there, we'll still need some sort of ABC back here as well that we could buy, you know. But what we're looking for is we're looking for a short up here. But I was hoping to get more of an ugly kind of ABC correction here with overlapping wave structures, which would have made it quite nice at that point, you know. Yeah, so the only thing I can say is about the Friday, Friday afternoon, you know, where's the futures market at that point, you know. So Goldman's here, yeah, the same thing here. It's not so much not so much of a third wave here. So when we looked at Morgan's here, we had that nice strong run here, right? But with old Goldilocks here, we had like a short, you know, a very short situation for this, you know. It could be labeled as wave 1 and 2 in here, and 3 here, and then 4, and then 5 for the A wave, the B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here and finish. That could be quite, you know, acceptable at that point. So getting up to this gap here, or to the 348, 350 sort of area would be about right. And that's it. So I'll leave it all at that. So thanks for tuning in and enjoy the weekend. Cheers.